Now at 6, the man charged with killing his ex-girlfriend's fiancé returns to the witness stand today. Why he says he opened fire.
It's been hundreds of days that the beach has been closed consecutively.
Another problem plaguing IB, this huge field of trash left after the flooding weeks ago.
We're supposed to be America's finest city. Fixed roads are safer.
Isn't that the truth? A young San Diegan sounding the alarm about potholes.
You're watching CBS 8 Mornings at 6.
I hit about 2 or 3 on the way in, and I feel her pain. Yeah, I think we all do. Glad you're with us here at 6 a.m., everyone. I'm Eric Connert.
And I'm Netta Irampur. Thanks for joining us. Unfortunately, after it rains, it looks like the divots get even deeper.
They do, yes.
They just settle down even more. Let's take a live look of snow. Yay. Oh. Now we have some daylight. This is Laguna Mountain Lodge. Of course, that's the rooftop with a little coating. Obviously, not a whole lot of snow. The road's clear. Just know it will be slick, maybe a little icy. Some slush, as you see on the side of the road right there. Check it out where any precipitation is now. It has moved along further from downtown Coronado. Now it's in National City, it looks like. Let's show you what's going on across just along the 5, the 805, San Ysidro, Tijuana. That's where the rain's coming in. And then a little bit of snow flurries still coming down parts of our mountains. Very tiny amount, though, still.
In a few hours, the man charged with murdering his ex-girlfriend's fiancé will be back on the witness stand. The victim was a Cathedral Catholic high school teacher.
Right now, the defendant claims he shot him, in self-defense. CBS 8's Chris Groh is live downtown with what else was just revealed in court. Chris?
Yeah, a number of admissions made by Jesse Alvarez there on the stand. Not your typical testimony, if you will. In fact, take a listen to what else he had to say after we get into some of those admissions.
I was super shocked because I didn't even know she was in a relationship, much less getting engaged.
Now, Alvarez began by saying that he has OCD and is autistic, but he does all that again to kind of start to lay out the basis there for his self-defense case. He then backed into his relationship with his ex, Amy Gambera, who he says he met back in 2015. They dated off and on, but broke up in 2019. Alvarez says he was shocked when Gambera announced that she was engaged to Mario Fierro a year after their breakup, so in 2020. And this is where the admissions turn to be kind of shocking, to be honest. He admits to fantasizing about killing Fierro, the Cathedral Catholic teacher, and he does not deny that he researched how to kill your ex's fiancé and how to kill someone with a handgun. He then claims on the day of Fierro's death that he just went to that home in North Park to meet Fierro and to wish them well, him and Amy. That's when things turned.
My dad has always taught me from a young age that, you know, talking face to face is the best. And so anyways, yeah, I just decided that for all those reasons that maybe I could just catch him on his way to work and just talk to him for a little bit.
Now, prosecutors claim that he was waiting for Fierro and that he ambushed him and killed him in cold blood. We are expecting to see Alvarez back on the stand today before an expert witness is called and then closing arguments are made. Eric and Netta.
Chris, thank you. Starting today, victims of January's floods can apply for the Disaster CalFresh program to buy food. You will get a one-time payment. The requirements are you had to be living or working in the disaster area at the time of the disaster, buy or plan to buy eligible food, and be experiencing challenges due to the disaster. And you have until the 15th to apply. For a link, just click on the help button at cbs8.com.
Right now, there's a field of trash near the Tijuana River Valley 6 weeks after the devastating flooding. This is all near the wastewater treatment facility along the border.
So who's in charge of cleaning all this up? CBS 8's Regina Yorita live in Imperial Beach with the answer and reaction from the people who live there. Regina?
Yeah, Eric and Netta, right now the frustration continues to grow here in Imperial Beach, especially when there's a rainstorm, right? Because the people here know that the situation is going to get out of control. Every time we have rain, Tijuana, they actually flushes sewage and trash through the Tijuana River Valley and into South Bay beaches. So actually the field near the wastewater treatment facility, we're talking 14.5 billion gallons of raw sewage. That is what we're looking at. It is a sea of trash trash, and it has now been 6 weeks since the devastating storms, but the trash here still remains. Many residents are fed up with the ongoing issues surrounding the Tijuana River Valley sewage and the issues that has really piled. So right now, CBS 8 actually reached out to the International Boundary and Water Commission. This is the agency in charge of cleaning it up. They tell us they're going to be deploying staff and equipment from one of their Rio Grande offices in Texas to San Diego so they can remove the trash from the area. But the question, of course, remains, how long is that going to take? When will it all get cleaned up? For the people who live nearby, they say the acres of plastic, tires, and debris, which is ending up in the ocean, is not just an eyesore, but a public health and environmental issue as well.
It's absolutely frustrating not being able to go in the water. It's been hundreds of days that the beach has been closed consecutively. It's just an issue that unfortunately needs to be solved federally.
And of course, a lot of frustration gathering here as rain. We've been seeing rain this morning and yesterday for the past several weeks now. And so the situation does get out of hand every time it rains. We're trying to get more answers as far as what will happen with that trash that is on that field. So we're trying to give you the latest. But for now, the agency does say that it needs to be completely dried out before they can actually start addressing that issue. And with the rain, we don't know how much that's going to delay that process. Eric and Netta.
At least we have a dry stretch after this. Thank you, Regina, for that update. Today, we expect the first update on primary election results since election night. The county registrar of voters will post new numbers by 5 p.m. So meantime, at the state level, one of the races still way too close to call. That would be for Prop 1. It was close yesterday. It's still close today. Yes, on Prop 1 only has a 22,000 vote lead right now. 22,000. This state measure is centered around a $6.4 billion bond. Governor Gavin Newsom says it will help transform outdated mental health systems and tackle the homelessness crisis. But critics say it would take money away from other health services. Tonight, President Joe Biden will deliver the State of the Union address. He's expected to discuss the economy, immigration, and the wars in Ukraine and in Gaza. Alabama Senator Katie Britt will give the official Republican response. The president's likely 2024 GOP rival, former President Donald Trump, also says he'll do a live play-by-play of the address on social media. You can watch the president's address at 6 p.m. tonight. It'll be right here on CBS 8. You can also stream it on CBS 8 Plus.
This morning, we have some clarification on the tax deadline extension for San Diego. Now, it was pushed back to June 17th because of the flooding we saw in January. We're working for your wallet here. We reached out to the IRS and the State Franchise Tax Board. They tell us this applies to everyone in the entire county, regardless if you were directly impacted. And when you do file, you may be able to do it for free. This morning, the new free direct file service option from the IRS is now available online. It's not for everyone, though. It's aimed at people with very simple annual tax returns. All right, let's take a peek outside here on this, Thursday, getting closer to the weekend here. Things are starting to clear up, but yeah, we have rain scattered across San Diego County right now. We saw a couple of our reporters' live shots, those thick drops coming down still here, Netta.
I know. Unfortunately, right when they were going live, and the two spots across the county where it was raining happened to be where Regina and Chris Grow were. Check this out. Our view of Mission Bay. You have some kayakers that are out there early this morning enjoying this break in the weather because, yeah, you see the clear skies right over SeaWorld. But about 30 minutes ago, it was raining on Mission Beach, OB, and now a lot of that has moved further south, also out towards the east. But here's our view from La Jolla, Mount Soledad, where you see blue skies mixed with those darker looking clouds. So for today, scattered light showers still in your forecast, especially in the morning. Snow and wind is still possible across our mountains. We might still get that moisture there. And then we dry up tomorrow all the way into next week. Here's a wider view of our satellite imagery here. The radar showing we do have this moisture that's still sweeping across Tijuana. This is Mexico, Ensenada, the mountains there getting some snow. And then for San Diego, it looks like most of it is working its way further south from us. Right there along the border, yeah, San Ysidro might be getting some raindrops right now, and Brownfield, as you see. So it moved from where Regina was standing in Imperial Beach over out towards the east. And then we're looking at a little bit more still along the mountain range, further south though, near the borders where most of the activity is. It is cold out there. 32 degrees, Mount Laguna, freezing temperatures right now. 33 in Palomar. That's why that rain turned to snow overnight. We saw that light dusting there, Mount Laguna. 50 degrees in El Cajon, 47 in Poway, 48 in Encinitas, 49 in Del Mar. Downtown San Diego at 54 degrees. There's a chill in the air this morning. This afternoon will not get much warmer. This is our coolest day over the next 7 to 8 days. So just watch. Things are going to warm up. Here's our rain cloud forecast model where you'll notice just a spritz still in the system as that moves along, though. Hopefully it'll keep you mostly dry. If you notice North County staying dry. So the foothills and the South Bay, that looks to be where most of the activity will be. The center of the low is moving on pretty far east pretty quickly. And then we have this ridging taking over for the weekend. So the weekend is going to be pretty nice. For today, low 60s. Tomorrow, we're moving on up towards the upper 60s. The weekend, near 70-degree weather. We'll have all of that in just a moment. First, though, here's a quick check of traffic. And I will say it looks like no major crashes, although one just popped up right there at the 805 going up towards the Silver Strand. So I'll look into that and bring it to you, get you the latest there. Also, a live look, we had one at the 8 where we saw slick conditions out there. So just a heads up, our roads are wet. Drive times, it could slow you down. The 52 westbound right now looks to be pretty slow because there's probably some sort of crash. I'll look into that and figure that out. Between the 125 and the 15, though, just know 17-mile-per-hour speeds right now. So obviously there's something going on there that's slowing everybody down. You may want to avoid the 52 westbound in that area. And now your border wait times from Customs. It is 105 minutes to get through the general line at the San Ysidro Port of Entry, 80 minutes for the general line at the Otay Mesa Port of Entry. Eric?
All right, still ahead. Here we go again. Why TikTok's future in the U.S. is uncertain. Plus, a product you may be using on your face could form a cancer-causing chemical. And self-checkout is making its way to airport security.